All right. We're back on the Live Drive Jive Archive with your host, Frank Monday, broadcasting out of the Central Kingdom of the Celestial Dragon, like an intercontinental ballistic missile launched from the highly secretive compound of North Korea, streaking out across the Pacific, broadcasting into your headset. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. This, I'm not using the regular map from my iPhone because I'm broadcasting live. So this map has sent me on a literal wild fucking goose chase in like 100 different directions. Hopefully I got it figured out now. I need to back it off. I was on the super highway, so I couldn't fucking really see what it was trying to fucking do to me. But it sent me, oh, okay, I got it. It sent me the wrong fucking way. It sent me too far north on the 4th Ring Road, and then it sent me past the goddamn highway. I think I had just missed one of my exits, which is a little frustrating because now I'm backtracking a little. But what are you gonna do? Fuck it. It says good God, man, how long? Let me see here. It says I have still got left turn in 171. All right, so here's my left. I hope I put in the right address. It says I've still got like 20 minutes. Too busy venting to pay attention. Yeah, I was venting. Well, it upsets me that he died. I didn't plan on that. I had shit, I still wanted to talk to him about. And the same with Mikey. It upsets me that he died because he didn't have to. But like Socrates says, it might be the greatest good. And who the fuck am I to say that, and Steiner says we should treat them like they're still alive. So, I mean, your average individual will say that's crazy talk. But no, I think that, I think it's okay to be sad, when your friends pass, obviously. But, I think it's okay to work towards spiritual contact with people who have passed too. And I'm not talking about fanatical spiritualism. I'm talking about real hermetic science and trying to make genuine contact with those people, whether it be on the astral, the etheric, or in the waking state too. Yeah, but so when I say etheric, I mean in the waking state, and when I say astral, I mean in the trance state, close to sleep. Yeah, I don't talk to him daily because I'm busy with my own shit, but I do probably bi-monthly and a couple of times a week, which is about the amount we talked on the internet. We probably talked, sometimes we talk a lot, but there towards the end, like, his mind wasn't there anymore. Probably the last 2 years, I'd say, before he passed. And the last year, he had gotten bad. Like, he would just go off on tangents that had no connection with, like, reality. And, like, he'd get angry at me and stuff. And I'd be like, bro, you're fighting against like things that are normal things, like you sometimes do too, mama, and I kind of worry about you, because preserving your things and securing your home is not crazy talk. You know, that's normal talk. But the opposite, like winding up homeless and giving your shit away and living on the street, that gives you about 6 months before you're fucking dead, you know? So don't do that. Don't give your shit away. Don't let people steal from you. You know? Clean your fucking rooms occasionally and your body, and keep your house secure. You know? And don't bring home stray cats. You know? You can't fucking take care of everyone, but you can sure as fuck try to take care of yourself and your loved ones. But cats come and go a dime a dozen. And there's no reason to sacrifice your health for stray animals. And it does sacrifice your health. They shit everywhere and piss everywhere. And there's bacteria in that that's dangerous for the human body. You're not meant to live in the fucking stables with the animals. And they carry parasites. Fleas are what killed off 50% of Europe during the plague. And those fleas were born in on rats. The Black Death. The bubonic plague was spread through rats and fleas. Cats are just an advanced form of a rat. They're a domesticated rat. And they carry fleas. And when the fleas bite you, they spread disease. Those are just facts and common sense. And so, like your situation, I'd be out there with a goddamn cleaver, and I would put 90% of those guys to bed. And then I'd keep 2 or 3, because they cost money. You got to go to the vet. You got to get them shots. You got to get them cleaned. You got to feed them. I mean, the fuck, you want to spend your whole life, you know, raising animals? You could have raised 3 kids on the price you've spent on animals. And the other thing that pisses me off about those goddamn cats is they get into my shit. They piss on my books, and they whoa, yeah. We got crazy fucking road conditions this morning. Yeah, because I'm not paying 100% attention to the road. I am paying attention to the safety of my driving conditions, but and I'm using a different map, so that has played into it. But yeah, I mean, having a cat, dog, and a bird is fine and dandy, but having 50 fucking cats and 20 dogs and dogs that you can't afford and shit, and that go out and kill the neighbor's pigs, and that you're not going to be able, because a dog you got to spend like nearly 100% of your fucking time with it. A cat, a little better, you know. You can play with a cat twice a day, once in the morning before you leave, and then once in the evening, a couple times in the evening when you come back home. I think Sweetie Pie was similar. But because of her, her nature, it seems like you kind of abandon her a little bit. And I think she lived a pretty good life. She probably lived to 60. But, you know, she could have lived to 90. Who knows? You don't know exactly how old she was when you got her, right? You know I can't fucking pay attention to your goddamn text messaging while I drive. Anyway, I don't have it all figured out, but I definitely have common sense figured out. And common sense is one of the most valuable things you can figure out early in your life. The rest of the shit's window dressing. Compared to common sense, education is fucking window dressing. I spent 10 goddamn years at university. And I've got just as much education as any PhD out there. Well, not any of them. I've met some guys that I can definitely tell their level of refinement is quite high, but mine is not low. And some guy was talking shit to me on the internet the other day about my comment about a girl who spoke English funny, and he's like, you know, oh, why don't you try speaking a foreign language? I'm like, bro, I speak Spanish and Chinese fluently. I speak a fair amount of German and French, and I research Latin and Hebrew in my spare time. In addition to that, I can speak multiple dialects and accents of the English language. And I have one of the broadest vocabularies of anyone among my peer group that I grew up with. So don't fucking talk to me about linguistics, friend. I can circumlocute your ass any day of the week. Anyway, okay, now I can read your text. Dog gone back to breeder. Yeah, that's where that dog belongs, with people that know how to raise it and know how to train it. You should not endeavor to buy a dog until you've had a 6-month fucking course on dog rearing. I mean, Jesus Christ, dogs are work. I remember last time I was home, I trained a cat. And it took every single day of training for like 6 weeks to get that cat to do what you could probably train a dog to do in a day. But, you know, I mean, if you want to keep one pet, do it and invest the time and energy required to make that pet's life livable. And don't sacrifice your own well-being to do it. That's all I'm saying. So it says that I have got 19 fucking minutes now on the clock. And I do not understand that, man. What the fuck is up with this map? It has taken me on a goddamn wild goose chase across the entire outback of Beijing. Huoxiaolu. Let me see if that's even the right location. Yeah, the destination is correct. Maybe it was trying to help me avoid traffic, because it seemed like there was an excessive amount of traffic on the road today. All right, I have ranted enough this morning, and let it be said that the Frank Monday channel is not usually the place for long diatribes and rants about stuff like common sense, but occasionally it happens. You know, when a good friend, and Bratcher was one of my good friends, I don't give a fuck what anybody says about the man. He was a good friend to me, and we got along well, and we did many a great thing together. We had lots of adventures together, and it saddens me that he ended up homeless and dead due to alcohol poisoning. It really does sadden me. And yeah, I don't know what else to say about it, man. It's fucking heartbreaking. And my other good buddy, man, that I had planned on spending time with, he's fucking dying from the same thing. And I don't think he listens to even a single one of my videos. And that's heartbreaking too. If he made videos, I'd listen to him. I've made an effort to watch his movie. He made a movie, and he's dying from alcoholism too, liver failure and kidney failure and all that good shit. The one good thing my wife has done for me has fucking prevented me from drinking myself to death, because the world's a tough fucking place, you know, and it's an unforgiving motherfucker. And alcohol is a degenerative thing. Its occasional use is okay, but becoming reliant upon it to cope with society, I don't fucking blame them for doing it necessarily. You know, it's hard as fucking nails out there sometimes, and the men who work the hardest get the least respect. And there's guys out there who got connections, you know, and they could just write themselves checks. day in and day out. Like the manager of our department, he's a nice guy and he gives away a lot of shit, but I can see it. You know, he's in control of the finances, and he can give himself an office that he doesn't even clean, because it's the responsibility of the individual to clean their office and their dormitory and shit. I keep my dormitory spotless. I keep my office area spotless. And once you do it a couple of good times, it's not like it's tough to fucking maintain. You know? Don't be a slob. So send our prayers to Bratcher. It's a shit show that I can't even come home to see anybody. I couldn't even attend my own brother's funeral. Now I can't attend one of my best friends from college. I can't attend his funeral. COVID, fuck you. Fuck you, Dr. Fauci. Fuck you, Bill Gates. Fuck you, Beijing Biden. You guys can all go suck a dick. You guys got your head up your ass and you can write yourselves checks. And your position is not to put greater imposition on the general public. That's not the fucking job description. And you got to remember, folks, that we got the power. These guys are hired servants, and they're taking advantage of us. They need to be checked and put in their proper place. Rest in peace, dear Bratcher. I will see you on the other side. Not too soon, though, motherfucker. I got plans on living long, and some of my buddies, I think, may make it into our senior years. And, my sister might. My mom might even. Who knows? You might live another 20 years. You got to live at least another 10. Ha ha, motherfucker. Don't be dropping dead on me, people. I love y'all good-looking, happy people. And I will see you in the abodes of the future. Bye for now.